sound?
The sound of the prairie.
Big as the sky, hung high and stretched tight above the plains.
And deep.
Like the rumble in the heavens, the blue stems scratched the great muscled belly of the wind. Silence. That draws the song from a meadowlark.
Like air, draws smoke from a grass fire, lifts it.
And then buries it.
In itself, in that vast, undisturbable silence.
Where you can hear cottonwoods breathing.
The tumbling of the clouds.
The laughter of the stars.
I heard it. The sound of courage rubbing on my wounds. But the war is torn from me. The sound of all those lofty causes and high ideals. The noise that, in the midst of this undisturbable silence, sounded to me like nothing more than the top being twisted off of a tin box.
How?
It was meaningless against the reaches of this emptiness.
This unyielding but somehow gentle praise sound.
Wasn't it here where you first
It
heard?
was here that I overheard God. The sound of his voice was deafening.
Dizzying.
Dazzling. It was brilliant like the light of the sun. I turned my face towards it and toward the breath that carried it.
The breath of God?
It warmed me and I drank it in.
Did it answer your question?
Did it show you solutions? It was bigger than all I knew to ask.
Sounds like foolishness.
Yes, and peace and purpose and everything my old creeds and codes had only hinted at.
Foolishness.
Yes, and life. In the sound of his voice I found life.
Frank, you're embarrassing us.
Who are you trying to kid?
The war. It's the war. It's cracky. Oh, he's too soft to crack. He's just puddle.
Frank!
Well, I can still feel it, Mother. And it's warm on my face.
What a joke. No son of mine.
I'm not your son anymore.
Frank, get a hold of yourself.
I'd rather get lost. Here's everything you ever gave me. Your money, your name.
Boots, buckles, belts, and chaps.
What's this?
Everything. Down to the shirt on his back. He gave it all back.
And walked buck naked out of town.
Naked as the day he was born.
But why, Frank? Why?
Because I've been born again. Born of the Spirit, alive to God, and I only want to listen forever to the voice of God with the canticle of the plains in my ears. God, I've fallen in love with you. I stood on the Cherokee Plains, and the Cimarron broke free and jumped its banks, all in a rush of life. And the thunder had roared out its soul, and it gave what was too much for it to hold. And so must I. And you light the sun to lead me, send the wind to be my guide, just to wander on this prairie, so lonely and so alive. And the song the moon is singing, with the rain and with the fire, says there you are, there you are, in front of me. And the antelope's white flashing flanks, they sparked in the heart of the Cheyenne breaks,
only to disappear. Just like this memory of what once was my home. And as I move beyond everything I've known, you pull me near, and you light the sun to lead me, send the wind to be my guide, just to wander on this prairie, so lonely and so alone. And the song the moon is singing, with the rain and with the fire, says there you are, there you are, there you are. And your kingdom sings of glory, of a power that is yours alone. And you're the one breathing to the many, your faith, your love, and the hope. As we lay our hearts before you, our hands are free to let go. There you are, there you are, in front of me. And God went before you.
For how long?
For about 2 years now.
And God stood beside you.
Yeah, before the sun would rise, I'd rise to wake with God on those first warming rays of dawn.
And when the birds sung their morning hymn, he testified to them.
Preach it, brother.
And when the sun sat in blazes on the western sky, or when it sank or sailed into some deep blue beyond,
He stood watch with God, till after the coyotes had said their vesper prayers, and
Then he slept with him, lonely cries, echoing in his dreams.
but when the coyotes and the prairie creatures asked him to be their brother, their barefoot brother in rags, what led him to Lawrence?
it was the wind.
And that way you'd spin, fall, and walk in whatever direction you faced.
But back here, in the world of people, did he hear the sound his heart had learned to listen for?
The sound was ancient. It was deep and wide, and it was wet with newness.
Coming from the ruins of a burnt-out church.
Is this your church?
Oh Oh, no, sir, it ain't my church. The church I belong to meets upstairs over Howard's sewing shop. You looking for a church?
Ma'am, I don't even got a home. But if I were looking for a church, I'd go to one where you did the singing.
Oh, Lord, I love to sing. I love to sing like I love to sweep. There's folks that hate to sweep at all, which is, I guess, why they pay me to do it. But I don't come back here for pay. No, this ain't never gonna see no more meetings in it. But I still come, partly out of habit and partly because won't no one else come. And I can sing and clean for the fun of it, for the love of it. And I do love this place. This old charred altar and the people that consecrated it with their prayers. I love the Spirit of God that bent low and leaned over this railing and let people know their prayers have been heard. When they had most of them been barely whispered. Now, Mr. Quantrill can burn the beams out of this building, but he can't smoke out the glory. When through fiery trials thy pathway shall lie, thy grace all sufficient shall be thy supply. The flame will not hurt thee, I only design thy jaws to consume and thy gold to refine. Looks to me like you've seen some of that fire.
Well, I have seen my share of it. And you know what I did see? It made me wish I was blind.
Oh, don't ever say that. If you was blind, you'd never see the glory that outshines the fire that shines beyond the smoke.
Well, that's what I've been wanting to see. That's what I've been hoping to find.
Well, it's found you, and it's brought you here. I see it on your face, same as I see it on this altar, and in the stones left in these walls.
Well, if the church that used to meet here, if it left, how come you don't rebuild this place and meet here instead of over that sewing shop?
No, I'm too old to rebuild it. And there's too many buildings and not enough church, if you ask me. But let me ask you, why don't you build up the church? You can see it's in ruins.
I don't know nothing about no building.
Do you know about loving?
I've been alone the past couple years. I've just been letting God love me.
Good. Sometimes you gotta get off by yourself to find out how you love. But you can't keep love to yourself. That's why there's a church. And she ain't no builder. No, she's a special creature. Especially love to speak love to this old runaway world.
And this church, it's a church that won't let you join?
Ah, that's a bunch of smoking flames. A fire I've had to walk through. Maybe one you can put out.
Well, one man's not a church by himself, man.
And where two or more gathered, the Lord's there with them.
You know, I kind of think you might be crazy. But if I really think about it, ma'am, your words are hitting me with the power of the angels.
Well, I tell you, I have a boy. If I tell you something, you promise to think I'm not crazy, right? Okay.
That's what I said.
I got a boy. And I've known for a long time that the Lord had a special call on his life. But it's a call he can't answer alone. And I believe you have a part in that call, a part in that answer. You could be a soulmate for him and he could be a yoke fella for you. And together, the two of you can take up the yoke of that calling, the burden of that glory. You've seen enough to know you want to see him more. Now, you haven't reached the end of the smoking flames. Oh, there's trouble that comes to everyone, but like every man, you gotta walk through the fire. But you train your eyes on the light, and the light will see you through. Bernard?
Yes, Mama?
I told you a day was coming when the Lord would use you in a mighty way. And he's been kind enough to me to leave you here until my time was up. You know, you've always been good to your mama, and you know about building and about work and hardship and even about loving somebody. My time here is nearly over. And, I'm ready to go on home. You won't see me no more on this side of the Jordan. So, you see this man here? You and him, y'all got work to do. So you all go together now and build on Christ, the living word, and let him build you into a spiritual house.
But go where, Mama?
Oh, it ain't about where you go, it's about how you go.
But Mama, I don't know where you...
Well, we're gonna go to Texas.
I was going out there on a cattle raising, not to build nothing.
And don't forget to take along that calf of yours.
Through the deep of the night, the three of them held vigil, till in the morning when the two men left just before light, with nothing more than Mrs. Johnson's blessing, a sense of God's call, and a calf.
Thanks, Bernard.
Thanks.
Yeah, thanks for taking me with you.
I didn't know I was taking you with me. I thought we were going together. And it's Buzz.
It's Buzz.
Yeah. Everyone except Mama calls me Buzz. I hope you don't mind the calf. He's a friend of mine.
Well, I don't mind that calf. Well, you know, a calf is one of the four creatures that surrounds the throne of God singing holy, holy, holy and all. Calf would be the best kind of company. And of course, medieval theologians took those four creatures to represent the four Gospels. And I think it was Luke that was represented by the calf.
I didn't know that.
It's just something I learned back in Wichita.
So that's where you're from.
Yeah.
Well, we'll be going through there soon. What's it like? Is it something to see?
It is something to see, especially by moonlight. It ain't nothing but a cow town. The smell of horsehide and straw is thick in the air. There's ranch hands, there's farm boys.
And all that's lonely and restless in a man. Loving, fighting, drinking, ripping its way through their skin. They wear it like a badge, don't they?
It's like a secret handshake.
And the ghosts out on the frontier suck down the prize of civilization. Spirits, negotiably priced pleasure.
The spiritless suck from them the pride of the open range. Cheap beef and easy money.
And the two fronts come together in the storm that is Saturday night.
Lord, Buzz, you can see.
Mama taught me how to see. Man, Frank, I do love it out here, though. You here, Luke, Mama up there maybe. Out here in this wide open. I like to pray. Out here where there's room to breathe. Take the air inside of me and let the Spirit move. And there's a sea of sage where they say a man is made to be as tough as a young tumbleweed and light as cottonwood root. I wanna be that light. I wanna be that tough.
this soul of mine could lose its weight of pride and take to flight, I'd rise above and be free, Lord, free, to serve the one who came to be a servant for us all. Oh, and Lord, I'm down on my knees. I'm praying for the eyes to see and ears to hear the cry for freedom, for freedom. And I like to play out here where there's room to grow. No fences and no roads, everything is new. And the dawn it breaks and heals the hurts that harden me, so I can stretch and someday reach, I may be reached too. I wanna be that broken, I wanna be that strong, out here where the big sky is open, the wind is blowing, and my heart sings along, singing, Lord, I want to be free, Lord, free, to serve the one who came to be a servant for us all. Oh, Lord, I'm down on my knees. I'm praying for the eyes to see and ears to hear the cry for free, Lord, free, to serve the one who came to serve. He died for freedom. He died for freedom. He died. You died for freedom. You died for freedom. Freedom, my freedom. That's good. That's right. That's good.
Yeah, Claire.
Franklin's back! Franklin's back in Wichita!
The old Franker. Frank the Fruit.
It must be Frank the Fruit. Came walking in this morning with a buck nigger and a calf.
Well, what's he doing with the niggers now?
Negroes, Ira. He's with a Negro man. And he himself is a man and not a fruit.
Well, if he's not a fruit, then he's a nut. And if you ask me about...
Well, I didn't ask you. Ira, can we go see him?
I can't, Claire. I've got to play tonight.
Please.
Claire, why can't you call me Ivory like everyone else? And why can't you see that I don't care to see Frank?
I don't know about that, Ivory. It could be a pretty good show. Is he wearing clothes these days, or or just letting it swing in the wild?
Ira, please.
Claire, Frank was our friend, but things have changed now. We've changed as much as he has. You visit him if you want, but I've got to play tonight.
You do not have to play tonight.
Yes, I do. Claire, not all of us can wander aimless and wild. We can't all chase the wind and rainbows and talk with God and all his furry little creatures. Some of us have to hold down jobs and pay bills. We can't all live off of other people's charity. Some of us have to work.
Franklin works, Ira. He's not a bum.
Well, I'll be. He walks around naked, but he ain't a fruit. He communes with nature, but he ain't a nut. He ain't got no job, but he ain't a bum.
I just think you're jealous.
Oh, phooey.
That's as crazy as he is.
He's not crazy. Frank's just a little different. Why can't you see that Franklin is inspired?
Oh, Claire, I'm not sure, but I have a hunch that if God were going to inspire someone, he'd move them to do something great, not just to thumb their noses at anything that hints of greatness. Frank, he hasn't done a thing that has even a flicker of religion or morality or anything at all in it. He's just dropped out of the world, fallen off the face of the earth.
And fallen in love with God. Christ of the Gospels, the original beggar of Galilee.
Beggar? Christ was not a beggar. And besides, he was a carpenter. And Frank, he couldn't build a thing if his life depended on it, Claire. I mean, he can't even think for himself. He can't dress himself. He can't feed himself. Frank is totally dependent on what he thinks is God's protection and provision, which usually ends up to be other people's charity and pure nonsense. Why, he doesn't even have sense enough to come out of the rain. He thinks it's beautiful. Thinks it's God washing him off. I mean, he doesn't even have a thing that is his own. No house, no horse, no clothes, and not enough gumption to even get him for himself. Everything that Frank had that was worth anything, he gave away so that he could be needy. I mean, he thinks it's good to be needy. And the crazy thing is that everybody's taken to admiring him, and he doesn't even notice. I swear, he's got everything turned upside down and backwards.
Ivory, who are you talking about?
Frank!
I gotta meet this guy. He's gotta teach me the secret to his success.
Well, he's a total failure. That's the secret. It's more a big joke than a secret. A big joke on him.
All I know is I've been trying to find this for a long time now. God sent someone here to teach it to you. Ivory, you've become so wise the past couple years.
And you're an idiot.
And you're so clear-sighted. I always try to hide what a fool I am from everyone, even myself. But you see right through me. God's given you such a clear vision. I want to see just like that. Maybe I'm beginning to.
Well, look, Frank, through the fire, to the glory.
Tell us, Franklin, what do you see?
Well, in Ivory, I see a prince. I see royalty. Royalty sleeping in a basket of rushes, hidden in a river of dreams, snatched up by a beautiful sorceress who can't. She feeds him on illusions, but she can't steal from him the blood that runs rich in his veins. And in you, Claire, well, when I look at you, I see how it is men pray to Mary, how they believe in heaven. But you must be the queen of someplace more beautiful than this world. Your eyes. Your eyes are pools on whose waters the angels cast. And then you return it to them when you sleep. and they hover over you, and they make you more beautiful than ever. They make you more beautiful than ever, than all the evers that hum in their rustling wings.
So, where are you staying tonight, Franklin?
Oh, I'm not staying. I'm going on. Buzz here is taking me with him and his calf to Texas.
But you just got here. You can't leave tonight.
Oh, tonight maybe I'll stay with Ivory.
And you must be... What is your proper name?
Buzz, ma'am.
A prince? Sleeping in a basket of what? Man, I remember some dreams, Frank. They never came true, though.
Yeah, but they never went away, did they, Ivory? You heard them in the river. They run there in your blood.
Blood is thicker than water.
Man, Frank, I mean, we were gonna be cowboys, man. Remember that?
We were gonna be kings of the cowboys.
Yeah.
We were gonna go out west, clear off some land, start up a herd.
I've got a good start. Luke is good stock.
Man, we were going to that... where was that place?
Where was what?
Yeah, Frank. Where was it you was going to?
Ask Claire. I think she knows the proper name and proper place for everything and everyone.
Was it Texas?
It was... Dinavica.
Yeah.
That was it, man.
Where?
Dinavica. Oh, man, it was a place we dreamed up when... Oh, man, Frank, it was a long time ago. My Lord. Life sure threw us some curves, didn't it? Man, you were going to be a great soldier, and you got religious and all. I was just going to be a cowboy. And I just got lost or something. Oh man, Frank, we were gonna ride the ranges and sleep under the stars and cook our breakfast over an open fire, and here I sit playing piano for these guys who come in here, dreaming of wives and houses with white picket fences and parlors. I dream of the lives they live, and I envy this life, that life. Man, I hate this life that they think they want. I sit on a piano stool and I make up songs for these men who come in with dust on their faces and mud on their boots from these places that I'll never go. Sleep in a rented bed with a woman who gives me what little I get of the love that we'd like to imagine is left of the love that we never did know. Slip out and scribble a note that reads like $1,000,000. Well, it's a 4-cent nickel from my dime store thief, but it sure reads good if I could make it work in a life like it works on paper. If the love that I describe could be anything but words, then I would wipe my eyes, I'd dry this ink, I'd trade my pen in on a pair of wings, and I would know I need to slip beneath the surface of my forgeries, where I buried my hopes, where sometimes my dreams still stir me and steal me away. I can still hear Dinavica call, just like when we were kids. I could tell you all about it in a song. How I wish that I could make it work in a life
I do believe you've been called to come with us.
Oh, it's a dream, not a call. I want to so badly, but how would I go?
Why would you want to stay?
Frank, because here I know who I am. I live in a one-horse town where I play piano in a 2-bit saloon for $3-4 a night, 5 nights a week. I just can't figure a life out there. At least here it all adds up.
Adds up? Adds up to what? Nothing, Ira. Nothing.
Something's shaking.
I want to go, Frank, I'll tell you that. It feels like something's blowing the roof off of this house.
Blow a little harder, Lord!
It feels like I got this dream that's all stirred up in my heart and went and blew the windows out of the walls.
Go with him, Ira. This is your chance to go.
Then come with us, Claire.
I can't. Not right now.
The world has spun past Saturday night and towards the resurrection morning.
You gotta come with us. And let's start out right. Let's go up to the church. Let's ask for its blessing. Let's leave it ours.
And Claire?
Go, Ira. Go because you must. Go because you can. And no, Ira, Franklin, all of you, I will pray for you.
But Claire.
Because I can. Because I must.
With all the rage a woman carries inside of her, pray now. While night lays dying and morning comes, shining holy with grief and promise, bringing from the clouds of glory a prayer so vast you just can't bottle it up inside yourself. Yes, Claire, pray, and we'll go on the strength of that prayer, though we maybe can't go that far.
Claire?
In your hand
Nothing's made me want to look back. Not since I started looking up. Nothing but you.
I don't want to be the thing that comes between you and the beauty that's made you so hard to let go of. The beauty that you know you must go to.
But nothing I've seen comes as close to that beauty as you. I lived a lifetime of ambitions and dreams. All the values I was raised with, the ideals I was taught to keep. They fell from me, and when they crashed, they barely stirred the dust. But this is closer to me than my heart. It's as deep as my soul. Leaving you is like leaving life.
But staying would kill you. I know it seems natural for you to want to stay. But your life is more than natural. It's miraculous. You have to stay free so that miracle can continue to grow. And it's the miracle that I want, not the man. I have to experience the miracle myself. You taught me that. I can't take it from you. Please don't let me take you from it. Just go.
So this is where it starts, huh, Claire? There's a higher love that's waiting for both of us. For all of us. Being lonely for that love, that's where it begins. At least in us. Because love has no beginning. It lives in God. But our eyes haven't seen. And our ears haven't heard what His love could have in store for us.
Signs in the heavens and wonders on earth. An eagle.
Flying between the two of them, in a sky full of sparks, coming to bring messages between them thereafter.
And the countdown becomes the
And drunkards waking in gutters, waking without hangovers.
The whole town is coming out to see.
The barmaids, the gamblers, whores, and their customers.
They don't understand what's going on, but they know that it's holy.
Holy enough to soften their hearts.
Watch out. Sharpen wings. Heal.
There's a hymn floating up from Wichita, floating up to heaven, as bright as the singing of larks, as rich in the soul, Mama's voice. Dance hall girls, and
Franklin!
Frank, what are you doing? Man, are you drunk in the spirit? Or have you just gone completely crazy?
Well, it's time to go. And we're going to be missed, but the church here is being built up. And Claire's going to find her own way to her own miracle. And, well, I didn't know which way to go. So I'm letting God show me.
Well, what did he show you?
Well, he always wills that we should go forward, right?
Sure.
Since this is the way I'm facing, must mean for us to go this way.
To Texas?
No, to Dinavica, of course.
Now, where did you come up with that trick?
Well, it's in the Bible. It's the you-meme and the thu-meme. It's a dice thing. Holy dicing.
You mean like craps?
No, the apostles used it. The ancient Hebrews used it. Seems proper enough to me.
So, we're going west, not south. Frank?
Oh, Franklin, if we have to go the proper way, can we use our proper names? Or can we just be Buzz, Frank, and Ivory?
Don't forget Luke.
Luke who?
Luke's my cat.
Buzz and Ivory, Luke and John.
Who's John?
John's the eagle.
How far is Texas?
How do you know the eagle's name is John?
Well, because John is one of the 4 creatures that surrounds the throne of God, singing holy, holy, holy and all. And of those creatures, an eagle can see the farthest. So the eagle could find Claire for me and me for her. And of course, medieval theologians took those 4 creatures to represent the 4 Gospels. And the eagle represented John's Gospel, because John's Gospel is the farthest seen.
You miss her, don't you, Frank?
Oh, I would if I couldn't see past her.
How long do you think before we get to those mountains over there?
How long do you think before we get past those mountains over there?
It's probably going to be days.
You need something, Frank?
No, but Buzz, I got more right here than I could ever be thankful for. Wouldn't it be great if we were as grateful as we were blessed?
Did you ever imagine that Texas looked like this?
We ain't nowhere near Texas, Ivory. We're going west, not south.
I thought we were going to Texas.
We're going to Dinavica.
Man, you are crazy.
You're right, because we don't know where it is.
No, we don't know if it is.
But if there's a heaven in Kansas, Dinavica, Texas, it's all the same thing. It's just somewhere to go till we get home.
Well, if it's okay with you guys, I'd rather not go to Mississippi. There are plenty of places I'd rather not wait in.
Okay. Hey, did y'all hear that?
And so they traveled on, and here and there.
They came across pioneer and frontier towns. They worked and preached.
Silence.
Yeah. It's a silence that's so strong. Seems like you could hinge the hopes of the whole wide world on it.
It's so small that if you wrapped it in a teapot, you could lose it in your suit.
Yes, I can hear it now. Dry wind rattling in the yuccas. It buzzes like a cracked reed.
Then it snaps back into silence, like he was only joking.
You can hear the rocks breathing.
You can hear the sky spitting stars of the night.
to God. He'd sing in Spanish if he could. He thinks it's a romantic language. But he sings as he can. Field mice and owls would come together to watch this crazy rodeo clown in his circle of moonlight. Caught up in a torch tune pitch toward an open window in heaven. Something heartfelt and foolish. Trying with his whole soul just to match the voice that he first heard in the silence. The voice that he heard on the plains.
I don't need no woman to kiss me, and I don't need no man to stand by my side. I don't need to slake my thirst with whiskey, don't need to shuffle cards to pass the time, 'cause the stars are bright and silvery, and with the dry ache of a lone coyote's whine, my Savior's calling and I'm listening. Time to saddle up my pony and ride, 'cause heaven is waiting just past the horizon, just over the mesas, across the great divide. And faith is blazing, this trail that I ride on. Up this mountain I'm praying I have the strength to climb. I ain't looking for no 7 golden cities, but I know there's a fortune somewhere to find. There's a peace that I hear whispering through the pinions, and a love that's taller than the ponderosa pines. And heaven is waiting just past the horizon, just over the mesas, across the great divide. And faith is blazing, this trail that I ride on. Up this mountain I'm praying I have the strength to climb. So don't ask for no lengthy explanations when there ain't no reason quite wild enough. No words could be that tender, greater than the fears that we imagine, more than the warmth that we remember. It's always just beyond the past, and I must go, 'cause heaven is waiting just past the horizon, just over the mesas, across the great divide. And faith is blazing, this trail that I ride on. Up this mountain I'm praying I have the strength to climb. Oh, heaven is waiting. Oh, heaven is waiting. Heaven is waiting.
Oh man, these plains sure are getting harder and harder to cross.
Roar! Scarier too.
Roar! It's just like always, except now God has set the plains up on end.
And he made the mountains.
Oh Lord, it's a lion.
Frank, Ivory, I have a feeling we're not in Kansas anymore.
Right. You're into San Juan, northern New Mexico.
We're in New Mexico. Well, peace be with you, Brother Lion.
And also with you.
There should never be nothing but peace between us. After all, we are all God's creatures.
Respect. Respect for the natural order. That is a way of keeping peace.
Okay.
And so may all the humble, all who are content within themselves and respectful of others' roles and places. Among those creatures you call animals, this respect exists. But the creature called man, he lacks this respect. He's one we've had a good deal of trouble with.
You know, me too. I know what you mean.
That's why I pray that God would send you. You see, there's this poor critter up here named Lefty.
Critter? Well, we heard about a miner named Lefty.
Yes, he's the critter.
We heard he was a one-armed miser, meaner than a striped snake.
Exactly. Only it's right and good for a striped snake to be mean, but it's perverse for a man to be a snake.
What has all this got to do with you praying for us to come here?
God only knows. Most of his creatures don't understand why he directs us to pray as we do. We just follow his direction. It is in our nature to obey, as he put it in man's nature to understand. So I prayed as I was directed, just as I tore Lefty's arm off as I was directed. Maybe you can understand this. Well, maybe we all can benefit from each other's natures, each other's gifts.
I hear you, you darn varmint! You know when I catch you, your head's gonna hang from my wall. Now get your ass out here and fight like a man! Or just get the heck out of here!
See, he thinks I should behave like a man, and that he should behave like a snake. No respect for the natural order.
Put your gun down. We don't want no quarrel.
Who's out there?
It's just 3 humble brothers, and 1 ferocious mountain lion. But we all come in peace, in the name of love.
Well, you can haul your peace-loving keisters on out of here. This here is my mountain. My claimant. And damnation, that cougar is right behind you!
This cougar wouldn't hurt anybody.
My fathead Fanny! Looky here, he done tore my arm off!
This cat is kin to one of the 4 creatures that stands around the throne of God. Singing holy, holy, holy and all. Medieval theologians took him to represent the gospel of
Well, big evil Theo, whoever. He didn't have that cat jump him like I did. Have to show up 1 arm short like me and live the rest of his whole damn life being only half the man he used to be.
You're not half the man for losing your arm. You're twice the man for going without it. It's not your arm that makes you a man. It's God's hand.
Yeah, I see now. Brother Lion, you took one part of him, an offending part, so the rest of him could be made whole. It was a wounded hip that made Jacob more himself. It was a limp that made him walk upright. God's blessing sometimes comes through loss, through wounds. So you can be given all you really wanted. God took one part of you. Listen. Mine eyes have seen the glory of a coming of a time when we won't search in mines looking for gold. And while we're digging in the darkness when the sun is in the sky, and there's a light that's shining in our souls. Salvation is calling salvation. That's what we need. Well, it's free and it's falling. And if you look around, I think you'll see things, even angels. Things, even angels long to look into. This love God rains down over you. Things, even angels. Things, even angels long to look into. This love God rains down over you. Over you. Oh, say, can you see by the early light of dawn what it means to be born and born again? Can you feel the earth is shaking as he rolls away the stone? And you know you're gonna follow him. Salvation is calling, salvation will set us free. Well, you know that it was costly, but it's yours along with all of these things, even angels. Things, even angels long to look into. This love God rains down over you. Things, even angels. Things, even angels long to look into. This love God rains down over you. Over you. Over you.
I ain't never heard anything so crazy in all my life. Or anything so hopeful or scary. I heard the creak and the moan of a mine shaft just before the ceiling crashes in. That was in the belly of a mountain. This here's in me. I got a heart of stone.
No, you don't, Lefty. You got a heart of gold. Let God dig it out. Sometimes it hurts to be dug into.
Lordy, if I'd ever known how much, I'd have never gone into this poor mountain like I did.
It's a hurt that heals, not one that steals. And don't resist it.
You're right. Maybe I'll not blame that cougar for taking my arm. Maybe it was my own damn stubbornness that made me lost it. Maybe I should just blame myself.
Or just not blame anyone at all. I mean, maybe you, well, and me too. Maybe we could thank God more and blame each other less.
Maybe that's the goal. Gratitude. Trust.
Understanding.
What is that?
Oh, it's John.
Maybe he's got news from Claire.
You all talk to animals?
So may all the humble.
She's in Texas, a little town called Nacogdoches. She's working in a hospital for veterans.
Well, I'll be you do talk to animals. That ain't eagles are talking!
Of course. Now that I don't have a letter in my beak, I can talk. How else would I communicate since I don't know how to write? Claire writes, since she isn't here to talk in person. I won't tell you what she wrote in her letter. The letter will tell you that. And you probably rather hear it in her words than mine.
There's something I have found in the hush of the quieting sound, in the falling of dust and the chirping of crickets, and the slowly fading distance in this world that's spinning round, spinning upright and then upside down. And as the night bends to cover the day with her kisses, it's like a lover's benediction, and I'm sending to you now. Like vicarage past the streets of this town, then you might hear the voice of a heart that's been lifted by the sound the night is given. Buenos noches from Nagadoches, from me and from every star God lit in the heart of the heavens that hang over Texas. And may your dreams find you in a tangle of fine Spanish angels with halos of bright yellow roses. So this is no lullaby that I send on the wings of this night, wings that flutter as silent as goldenrod blooming, bursting from bud into beauty in a way I can't describe, in a way that's so changing my life. And the hold that once held me have all now been loosened, and I can hear the music. Buenos noches from Nagadoches, from me and from every star God lit in the heart of the heavens that hang over Texas. And may your dreams find you in a tangle of fine Spanish angels with halos of bright yellow roses. Buenos noches. I am ready to have you. I am ready to join you, if you will have me. I just need to know where.
Dinavica.
Now there's a name I hadn't heard in a long time.
You've heard about Dinavica? Well, is that somebody's name?
No, it's some place's name.
How'd you ever hear about Dinavica? That was just a place that Frank and I dreamed up when we were kids.
No, it's a place just southwest of here.
No kidding.
No joke. We thought it was just a place in Frank and Ivory's heads.
No, it's just between the four sacred mountains. It's the land of the Dina, the people, the Navajos.
You see, it is somewhere. The name does mean something. We thought it was just a wild and free sounding word like our imaginations.
So we're not just chasing a dream after all.
Yeah, we are. Now we just know where to look. Now I can tell Claire where to join us in our chase.
Man, I wish I had a woman wanting to meet me somewhere.
Ivory, Claire is coming to meet us.
Frank, Claire's coming to meet you, mostly. And anyway, you know what I mean. A woman, especially for me. Someone set aside for, well, sometimes I want a wife, Frank.
Wait a minute. And there's this pretty little lady down in Dinavica. She might be just what you're looking for. But it's just a matter of whether she's looking or not.
Looking? You mean for me?
Well, she's had a lot of suitors, but she's real picky. Now, with those men, what you need is a big dowry. Now, you're good looking enough and all, but what you need is a good sized dowry.
Well, that's something I don't have.
Well, something you didn't have until now.
What do you mean?
Well, look, I got all this gold that never been no use to me. Then you fellas show up and show me something better. Now, I want that better thing, so I'll give you the gold. Take it.
You can't buy it, Lefty.
Didn't say I was going to buy it, dimwit. I said I'd give Ivory the gold. Then I wouldn't have to buy it, because I'd have it.
Have it? Have what?
A generosity I ain't never had before. So what are we waiting on? Let's go!
There go my boys. Look how they've grown. Deeper, stronger. They've crossed the plains, climbed the mountains, followed that dream till they nearly walked in it. I told you Bernard was a special man. And Frank too. But look at Ivory and now Lefty coming across the Rio Grande Valley, coming to stake a claim on a miracle. And Claire too, singing like Hannah, like Monica, singing like Miriam sang in the desert. But who's this? These tired, hungry-looking people looking homeless but not lost. And there behind them, those men in uniforms looking all dutiful and cold. Is this the smoke? Watch out, Frank. Train your eyes on the glory.
Robert Kidman?
What are you doing outside Dinavica?
What happened to your arm?
Well, my arm was taken from me.
And so was my homeland.
Oh, they finally drove you out?
They took us to Bosco Redondo, but we cannot stay there. Dinavica is our home.
Oh, so you escaped?
No, we can't escape. Sooner or later, Red Clothes will hunt us down, and he will kill us, because we will not go where he says we must go. We will not forget who we are, and he says that Dina must not be remembered. I ask only to live in the land of the people, to live as the people were taught to live, to walk in beauty, but now we are made to run with fear. And we are strangers out here, and the soldiers want us to be corpses. If I cannot live in Dinavica, then I wish to die facing my home. Robert Kidman, will you remember the people when they are gone?
Well, Harston, I will always remember the people that gave me my wife. I tried to forget her, so I left you and everything that reminded me of her. I tried to forget about what the soldiers had done, what the Billigana had done, and that I too was a Billigana, or even a human for that matter. I tried real hard to forget the pain of my loss. and the beauty of her pretty face. I tried to dig a hole so deep that my memories couldn't find me there. But memories have two strong arms, and I only have one.
Are you sad that you cannot forgive me?
No, I'm glad to remember. It's good to see you, Hosh and Noshgoy. And I just want to see Dinavica again.
So you soon will?
No, soon will.
No. We're tired and the soldiers are right behind. We have no food. We have no guns. We have little to run on and even less with which to stand.
Well, there's a trading post not far from here. We passed it just last night.
Even if we had money to buy the things that we need, they still wouldn't sell to us.
Well, I have money.
What?
And they would sell to me. I meant to use this as a dowry. I heard there was a woman among the people who was worth all the gold in the world. I'd hope to win her with this gold. I'd hope to give it to her along with myself. But let me give it to you instead, so you can buy food for your family and blankets and clothes and horses and guns to fight with.
Why would you do this thing for me?
Well, I would do this for all the people, for the Dina and the whites. I would do this for that woman, and I would do this for my chief.
Your chief in Washington?
My chief wouldn't go near Washington. Except someday to level it. My chief, he is the chief of hearts.
But why?
I would do this because my need for a woman is no decent need unless it values her dignity and her freedom as much as it values her affection. And your women here, they may be her sisters, and your men, her brothers.
You are not like the other whites I have met. You are not like many men among my own people.
Well, good. I don't want to be like most men. There is one man who I want to be like, but until today, I didn't think I could be.
Is he with you?
Well, he's with us all. But only today do I get the picture that he's in me too. He's in me, not just with me. Are you ever surprised at yourself when you've done something good? I mean, really good. I'm not normally like this. I guess old Frank is getting to me, all his preaching about doing unto others as you'd have them do unto you.
Is Frank the man?
No, but Frank wants to be like the man too. So what's your name?
Rhoda.
Here, take this and get everything that you can that will help your people.
We'll show you the place.
Hey, but what are you going to do, Ivory?
I'm sure he'll think of something.
So, what are you thinking of doing?
Well, I think I'll lasso that cloud and I'll ride to the sun and I'll steal some of the sunbeams and I'll build a big corral. And then I'll hop on the wind and I'll ride around the world. And I'll gather up all the sorrow and all the pain that men have felt. and I'll put that sorrow in that corral, and I'll shut it up in there, and I'll stand back and laugh. Thus far shalt thou come, ha ha, and no further.
And what if the cloud has run away?
Well, then the cloud would return to graze in the pastures where you walk.
And what if the sun sees you coming to steal?
Oh, the sun won't see me at all because you've captured its gaze.
And what if the wind was sleeping?
Well, even if the wind was weary, well, the sight of you would rouse it from its slumber.
And what if you cannot collect all of the sorrows?
Well, then they'd be gone, and we'd be happy. So what are you thinking of doing?
Well, I am thinking I will get the spiders to weave a big rug. And then I will call the coyotes to howl up the moon. And then I will ask her to come down and to sleep on my rug for the night. And when she comes down, she will leave a big hole where she was. And all the joy in heaven will pour through that hole. And great drops of joy will rain down on all the people. Drops that outnumber the stars and the sands.
And, well, what if the spiders won't weave?
I will tell them that they are weaving a rug for you.
And, what if the coyotes stay silent?
They will look at your honor, and they will howl in salute.
And, what if that moon doesn't come down?
I will tell her that you are there waiting for her on the rug.
And what if joy doesn't pour out of that hole?
Then God will look through that hole, and he will see you, and he will burst through the sky with his joy.
Brother, the scouts are gone to see where the soldiers are, and we must be ready to go. Come.
Is there anything I can help you with?
Come and see.
There are nights that draw us to you, God. And then there are nights that drive us to you. But the cruelty of this coming night, it's going to crack like a whip. It's going to tear the shoulders off the sky until the whole sky screams out, the sky is falling. The sky is bleeding. But Lord, we get hurt down here when the sky falls. And don't you feel it too? Lefty's only just now gotten over his anger, Lord. He's only now forgotten what the soldiers have done. Will you stand back and let them do it again? His young life is still so tender, Lord. And will you just watch them trample it down? And of all those that served you, Buzz has been among the brightest and the truest. And he suffered once just for being black. And is he going to suffer again just for being true? Did you deliver him from men's arrogance just so they could kill him for their greed? And why should Ivory find love just in time to lose it? He's only now just learning what it really means to be human. Now he's going to end up dead. Is this the fire I have to walk through? The smoke and the flames that the glory shines beyond? And why should these people be hated? Even now there's a storm boiling up from the south. It's coming so fast. A storm of men and horses, guns and bullets, lead and steel. And who pushes this storm? Who pulls this darkness with him? Does his being depend on destroying these people? Or does he merely love his orders and feel indifference towards its victims? And what will Claire find when she does get to Dinavica? Just the ruin left in the wake of this storm. Only the footprint left in the shadow of our dreams. Why can't I hear you, Lord? Is this the fire I have to walk through? Smoke and flames, the glory shines beyond?
You know what you have given my father has brightened his face. He already looks less weary.
Oh, does he think that you have a chance?
No. But now he knows that even whites have hearts. And what you have done. Well, the day sure has passed quickly.
Oh, I hardly noticed that time passed at all.
Yes, but now you must leave.
But why?
Because the soldiers will kill us when they find us. And if you are with us, you will die too.
Oh, Rhoda, nothing can pull me from this moment, from this love. It shines like Moses on the mountain. It shines like the glory on the Ark of the Covenant.
What is a covenant?
Oh, it's a promise, and I promise you my love. Love has got you in its throes. Even the summer's heat just freezes your soul. And the sweetest song, it still just clanks along. And the morning dew just says goodnight, and leaves your heart undone. It doesn't do to try and understand nothing that's as good as love ever made a lot of sense. Like how the eagles fly and how the rattlers slide. What it is that comes to bind a woman and a man. 'Cause love's as strong as death, my love. It's unyielding as the grave, relentless as the desert sun, and rivers cannot wash my love away. Lord, has marked your soul the way the sun has marked your skin. And there ain't no way to find no shade when your soul's the very thing that feeds the blaze that burns within. It just makes your cold heart melt with flames that burn as bright as the very flames of hell. So just hold on tight, 'cause it's a long, wild ride when you finally find the grace to love another as yourself. 'Cause love's as strong as death, my love, unyielding as the grave, relentless as the desert sun, and rivers cannot wash my love away. I won't let it wash away. Many waters cannot quench my love.
Rhoda, the soldiers have set up camp on the other side of the mountain. I wish we could run tonight, because they'll be on us by morning. But our strength is gone.
We got it. We got the stuff. Might be more than you need. Probably more than you can carry.
Yeah, we got food for dinner, fresh blankets to sleep in, and fresh horses for tomorrow. With a good night's rest and a solid meal, we can probably make it to Dinavica by tomorrow night.
But the soldiers, they are right on us.
And we'll come at them with these.
Hurry, Father. Let's get these handed out.
So Frank, how long has it been since you've been in the battle? Can you even remember how to use your gun?
Buzz, I've been in a battle ever since I laid down my gun. A battle for peace. And you fought along with me. Better than I have. And we've never fought against flesh and blood. And our weapons have never been guns and bullets, but obedience to the gospel. Now you've prayed and you've served. And you lay aside those things to take up arms. If we can't win using the weapons that God's given us, what chance do you think we got using weapons forged of our own hands? I say we go talk to the soldiers. I say we tell them
Frank, those soldiers won't understand. And I'd swear, if I didn't know you better, I'd swear you were still a fruit. Your head is always somewhere beyond the circumstances.
Thank you, Ivory.
Man, here are the facts, Frank. Your dream of peace, it doesn't mean anything to those soldiers. And your dream of peace means nothing to those people. Because they only dream of a home. And what good is peace when you're always running for your life? Frank, you found everything that you needed in your poverty. And in your love for God. And in your faith that He loves you. Maybe I'll find that in the next world. But I'm not there yet. This is the world I live in. And here, I need a home. And I need somebody to love me. I can't pretend to be like you, Frank. I've lived my life wishing that I was someplace else. That I was somebody else. I've been living in dreams. But this ain't no dream. This is real. And these people, they're desperate. And it's wrong. Plain old wrong for them to be hunted down and massacred. Well, I'm staying to fight with them. I can't leave these people, Frank, and I can't leave the one that I love.
Well, I didn't think you would, Ivory. And Ivory, you know the one that loves you, he'll never leave you either. And he'll speak to you. Listen, he'll speak a love to you. Christ will speak a love that believes, a love that endures, a love that hopes through all things.
But Frank, will he speak justice?
Well, even if he did, those men wouldn't understand justice if it kicked them in the ass.
And you're the one to do that kicking?
Well, Frank, how is it not right to do some kicking here? Look, I know there ain't no room in those soldiers' views for rights or wrongs, for justices or injustices. But why is it, Frank, that people who only want to go home, people who only want what is rightly theirs, have to lie down and be trampled? I know there's no room in those soldiers' views for these people to be human, or for their lives to have any meaning, or for their deaths to have any value.
I know what that's like. I know how that hurts. I know what it's like to be priced with horses and cattle. I know what it's like to be looked past like you're not even there. Like you're not even a man. I know what it's like to try to look into someone's eyes, man to man. To try to find something that every man wants to find. That every man searches for. Respect. Compassion. The truth about who we are. Only to be met by the cold, empty gaze of someone who thinks that you're less than human. I know what it's like to be swindled out of your dignity, so that your life has less meaning than a bale of cotton. I know what it's like to be made to beg for something that you're owed, something that you've earned, so someone else can just go and waste what they didn't earn. Well, it's got to stop somewhere, Frank. And if we have to fight to make it stop, then I'm ready to fight.
Amen. Man, I wish I had my old arm back.
Why do you want your old arm back?
Where do you think I ain't never killed that cougar on the mountain? I can't shoot a lick with my right arm. Why do you think they call me Lefty?
Why do you think he might have tore your arm off? Did you ever think that maybe there's a better way than killing whatever it is that threatens us?
What are you going to do, Frank?
Well, I'm going to go pray. What are you going to do?
I don't know what to do.
Well, you've been called to serve.
Yeah. Go pray, Frank. That's the answer.
But what better answers do we have than this? Maybe Frank is right. Maybe I do need to remember my call.
And look, there's been people praying ever since there's been people in the world. And there is still sin in the world.
People have been fighting ever since there's been people. And there's still injustice. And I hate it. Every time I feel this hatred rising up inside me, everything within me wants to fight. And I can't find the strength within me to overcome it. But I do know where to look for that strength. To the one where the sting of injustice is most deeply felt. And then the one whom the power of love was clearly shown. When I think that the world would rise to condemn you, oh my Lord, well it makes me cry. You know it makes me tremble, oh my Lord, oh my Jesus, sweet Lamb of God. He emptied yourself and became just like us. Set aside for the glory, and you took up that cross. Through the crowd, through the cursing soldiers, oh my Lord, you fell to the ground with that cross upon your shoulders. Oh my Lord, oh my Lord, oh my Jesus, oh man of sorrow. When you saw your mother standing there upon that road, did you feel the pain of the sword that would soon pierce her soul? Oh my Lord, oh my Lord, oh my Lord, oh my Lord, oh my Lord. Well, a man was made to help carry that weight, and a woman was moved to wipe the blood from your face. And then you fell again when you've taken more than a man could take. Sisters, sisters, don't you weep for me. Oh my Lord, oh my Lord. And then once again, down on your knees. Oh my Lord, oh my Lord, oh my Jesus, God's only one. Well, they stripped off your clothes and they cast in their lots. Stretched out your arms and nailed your hands to that cross. They say a broken heart, that's what made him die. Oh my Lord, oh my Lord. And the blood and the water flowed out from his side. Oh my Lord, oh my Lord, oh my Jesus, giver of grace. Did you know your hands, they took you down and placed you in that grave? Seemed no one believed you'd be back in 3 short days. Oh my Lord, 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 oh. Stop the killing. Him won't hit the green.
You were never called to end the killing. All the world's injustices. You were called to serve it. Watch and pray. That is silly. What good was your gold to these people when you hoarded it? What power is equal to God's? Watch and pray, Lefty. A greater power than these men know is here.
fire you walked through and the glory beyond.
That sorrow, hail, should endeavor to shake. I'll never, no, never, no, never forsake.
It's not my soul. It's these people.
What is it, Ivory?
I heard a voice.
The voice of your Jesus? Did he speak love to you? Love that believes? Love that endures? Love that hopes all things? I think that I heard him too.
Lift up your eyes. Lift up your eyes towards the hills from which cometh your help. Your help comes from the Lord.
Buzz, Lefty, it's John.
Comes on the wings of an eagle with a shout of triumph, a shout of glory, glory from beyond the skies. He stirs the sky with his wings and leaves eddies of moonlight in his wake. Let justice roll down like waters and righteousness like an ever-flowing stream.
Father! It's an eagle!
Look at that light! His eyes are burning like his body's full of light. I think he's ready to pounce.
And Luke, look at Luke, like he's heard an order, like he's ready to charge.
Everybody get down. They're firing on us. Rhoda, take cover.
No, not when the eagle sings. You do not have to be a medieval theologian to know that he speaks for God. When God sends his messenger, it is not time to hide. It is time to stand up and to listen. Look at that.
In our nature to obey.
She's right. Look, there ain't no bullets flying. They ain't firing on us. Someone's firing on them.
They're firing on themselves, ripping themselves apart of their seams. In this night, their own fears are their enemy. They do battle with the shadows of their doubts.
Claire?
And faith is your only fortune.
Ira?
We're over here. Be careful.
Franklin!
Where is Frank?
And where's your calf running off to?
And the lion.
An eagle.
Hey, where are you guys?
We're over here. Stay where you are. We'll come find you.
Well, thank God you saved me. Where's Franklin?
Where'd you come from?
Well, I was on my way to Dinavica when John saw you here. And he changed his course, so I followed him. Who are these soldiers and these people? Guys, where is Franklin?
He's gone, honey. Gone to some far-off home.
Well, sometimes before the sun rises, Frank rises to wait with God on the first warming rays of the dawn.
And when the sun sets and blazes on the western sky, when it sails and soars into some deep blue beyond.
Late at night, sometimes he slips off. Slips off to sing his love songs to God.
Oh, Claire, no one ever really knows where Frank goes or where he is, any more than you could guess which way the wind blows.
Look! The lion has scattered the soldiers' horses. They are running loose. And the gunfire is stopped.
So they can't attack. They're out of bullets.
And they ain't got no horses. They can't retreat.
Oh, the silence is eerie. What if they're just reloading?
Now, Luke, the captain told me to hook you up to the ammunitions cart, because they're all out of ammo. But you know where to take it, where it'll be better off to them than in their own hands. So take it away. Take it away like it was the sins of the world.
Look at her.
She assembles her people and prepares them to meet their enemy.
Their eyes, white as moons rising in the sky of their raven black hair.
Their faces set like flint. Fire in their eyes, ready to pierce the souls of those who hunted them, burned their crops, slaughtered their flocks.
Look at her. The face full of humanness, like the one that stands before the throne of God, singing, Holy, Holy, Holy.
Look at her.
They could destroy a God. They could forgive.
I talked to Jesus last night. He told me to tell you that he does not like what you have been doing. He told me to ask you if you did not know any better. He said you would not know how to answer. I talked to Jesus last night. He told me to tell you that he is concerned about you because you do not know how to be happy. He told me to tell you that even if you take all the land from the people and all the gold from the land, still you will not be happy. You kill us now because your war with each other is done. Someday you will take your violence across the sea, and even then you will not be happy. One day, your women, they will do violence to their own offspring, and even that will not make you happy. You will not be happy until you stop loving violence and learn to love life. You said you probably would not believe me. I talked to Jesus last night. He told me to ask you if you were hungry because we have more than enough food to see us home. He said to ask if you were cold because we have more blankets than you have left us people to wrap in them. He said to ask if you need an escort back to Fort Sumner because you have made this a violent world. And he has now made you defenseless in it. He said you would not understand. We will leave you what you need to get back. Do not bother us anymore.
Rhoda!
Luke!
Now, is it Matthew or Mark, Brother Line?
John, can you see Franklin?
Claire, I see him in you. I see him in Ivory.
No, you see the miracle in me. The miracle that we first saw in him, and I want to see him again. I've come so far.
Lady, I don't know you, but I know that hurt. Now, I'm sorry, but when someone comes into your life and spins your whole world around like it was a top, when they leave, you're just waiting for your world to be spun again.
That's right. I remember Frank doing some spinning.
I met him once in an old church my mama used to clean. He said he was searching for Christ, but he spread Christ everywhere he went.
He was the world's greatest scammer. He got me to give you my gold so that you could spend it on people you didn't even know. It's like without owning a thing, he inherited the whole earth. And it was his to do with as he pleased.
He was pleased to do a lot of good with it.
And I'm pleased to do without it now.
I wonder if he ever got his dream. Because of him, I finally got mine.
That was his dream, Ira. It was his dream and his gift. To stir up dreams and wake up love in others.
to hear love singing out on the plains.
You know, I think more than anything, he dreamed of being a man of peace. And that he was. Yes, sir, he was that.
Hey, everybody. Who y'all talking about now? I gotta meet this guy. He's gotta teach me the secret to his success.
Frank, where have you been? We thought you were dead or something.
I'm something. I ain't dead.
Frank, you scared the hell out of us.
Well, thank heaven, Lefty. If you can return the favor, please do it.
Frank, I thought I'd never see you again. That you were gone after I'd come all this way. You don't have to be right beside me, Frank, but please don't die.
Claire, I'm gonna die. Someday. Maybe right now, let's just go on to Dinavica.
Oh, Frank, you sure you're not just doing that to me? For me, you still want to go?
Well, I think we all want to go. And I did ask the Lord where we should go next. And when I got done spinning, well, I was still facing towards Dinavica.
That's funny, Frank, because that's where I thought we were going to meet.
Well, we kind of did. Where is Dinavica anyway?
It's between 4 sacred mountains, and I know I was on my way there when John brought me here.
Well, there's 4 creatures here, like those 4 mountains. And they're the sacred creatures that surround the throne of God. And when we find God, we found everything. Where He is, that's where we belong. In His presence, we're free to be ourselves. And in His midst, we can truly meet each other. And when we truly meet each other, we meet God.
Franklin?
He's feeling that old loneliness for God again. He's listening to that voice.
What voice?
In the silence.
So silent you can hear the rustling of juniper needles.
Light skittering across a pool of water.
Stars singing hallelujahs.
The canticle of the plains.
Here we are, shining in a glory that I can't see. When I look beyond myself and I fall into the depths of your love that beckons me. Well, it fills my hungering soul with all the riches that are hidden in the wonders that you do, and in the words that you have spoken. There's a word that echoes still, and I can hear it in the silence of these hills. Lord, you are all that the world could not be. You are great and strong. You are good. And Lord, you are all and everything that I could ever need. You are faith. You are hope. You are love. Yes, you are love. You are peace of my most life.